reputation. If I were to, because I don't know many of you at all, but let's say I just started interviewing you. Maybe I'd interview the people closest to you, your friends who are here with you today. And I asked them, tell me about David, if there's a David out there. Tell me about David, or whatever your name is. And I asked your wife, David, I asked your kids, I asked your friends, I asked people who worked about you. Tell me about his relationship with God. Tell me what he's like. Tell me about, who is this guy? Okay, think about that. If I interviewed the people close to you, what would they say? If I interviewed people in this church about you, what would they tell me? Tell me about this guy, what you know about him. Tell me about this woman, what you know about her. Think about the report I would get by interviewing those people.
So what would your family and friends say about you? I mean, it's the people in your life that see you, but they may not see all of you. Maybe they see the good side of you most of the time. If you were to ask my friends, you were to ask my family about me, I'm sure you would hear words like driven, encourager, hype, full of energy, leader, bold, courageous, committed, disciplined. I mean, all of those things are good, right? Of course, because they see me at my best, always. But let's take this a step further. What if someone was to ask your spouse? I mean, what would your spouse say about you? Uh-oh, that's a little bit of a different story. Now we may have some dirt. And I know right now what my wife would say about me. She would agree with my family and friends, but she would have some additions. Stubborn, prideful, quick-tempered, aggressive, know-it-all. I mean, are you seeing where I'm going with this? I mean, many of us, we wear masks. And I, at times, wear a mask.
Okay, now what if God would allow me right now to just leave this earth and come before his throne, and I could actually interview him and ask him about you? Father, tell me about David. What are your thoughts about him, his actions, his life, his love for you? And I just kind of took down a report. What would the two reports look like? Would this one report, would what your friends and your family and the people around say about you be much higher than what God would say?
Now here comes that question. What would God say about you? What would God say about me? I mean, would those two reports match up? I mean, think of those two reports and think about how different they would be. I mean, see, God, he sees all your junk. I mean, the lies, he sees them. The pride, he sees it. The lust, he sees it. That greed, he sees it. Your real motives behind why you do what you do, he sees all of that. I mean, the thing is, you cannot wear a mask with God. And sadly for me, what my friends would say and what my wife would say isn't all there is. I mean, my issues with pride, my issues with lusting over the wrong things, my internal motivations that aren't always godly, God sees that. And he is saying, Salim, you need to work on that. I need to strip that away from you because it's preventing you from becoming the man I need you to be. It's preventing you from becoming that husband that I need you to be to Jackie. It's preventing you from being the father that I need you to be to Boston and Christian. Am I alone here? I don't think so. I think all of us, you and me, I think we're struggling with the same issue, the same problem.
And if so, could it be that you've been more consumed about your reputation than you are about your character and who you really are before God? And you maybe purposefully, we can do this, right? Make ourselves sound better than we are to certain people and create a reputation for ourselves that may indeed be false when we stand before God. And we know it. And we know it. I mean, what a silliness. There's such a silliness to fake when something so big is on the line. Something so grand is on the line. I sometimes just tell people, I go, why would you fake? Take it to the end. Take it to the very end. You fooled everyone. That's great. And so you die and you go to hell and you think, yeah, but everyone thinks I'm in heaven. You guys, it's this time to get real. It's just a time for us. We got to get honest with some of our disbelief. Be honest with our fear of surrender.
So here's the deal, my friends. We are in grave danger of chasing a good reputation. I mean, by leading others to think that we are these people that we really aren't. I mean, by living our lives with our mask on, when truth be told, we are some broken down messes. We are train wrecks. I mean, why do you think Jesus started off the Sermon on the Mount with, "Blessed are those who are poor in spirit"? You know what he's saying? He's saying, blessed are those who know they are broken. Blessed are those who know they're spiritually bankrupt. Blessed are those who know that they are hot messes in this life and they're in need of him. Blessed are those people. Why? Because when we see our mess and we realize our need for him, we cling to him. We cling to the cross. My friends, there is beauty in brokenness. And if we could take off our masks and be comfortable admitting who we really are, God takes that and he uses it. He uses it to bless this world. I mean, it is okay to be broken. Society tells you it's not, but it's a lie. It's okay to admit it. It is not okay to walk around acting like you're someone you're not. Besides, I mean, who are you fooling? Your friends? Your family? Your spouse? I mean, you may be fooling them, but you are not fooling God.